We all know the Kansas City Chiefs were searching for their third Super Bowl win in just as many years. They made it back to the Super Bowl and had the opportunity to three-peat and make history. But unfortunately for them, they'd be seeing the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl, and the Eagles ended up crushing the Chiefs' spirits and dominated en route to becoming the Super Bowl champions. The most surprising thing that came from this game, and probably the most talked about aspect, has been the simplicity from the Eagles defense. More specifically, the lack of blitzes and stacked boxes. In a game like the Super Bowl, the Eagles blitzed 0% of the time and never put more than 6 defenders in the box against the run. Which begs the question, how did such a simple defensive game plan beat or even dominate a team that was looking for their third championship in a row? Let's dive in and see how. The Eagles were off to a quick start on defense. On the first drive, the Chiefs were quickly faced with a 3rd and long, so the defense comes out in man, playing cover 1 robber. On Mahomes' right, he's got some switch routes trying to mix things up first man, but the DBs didn't make any mistakes and came out clean. Mahomes had no quick answer, so he gets into the scramble drill trying to make something happen, and a decent throw all things considered, but the defense still broke it up. We'll take a quick look at this play, trying to give context for the next couple that will break down. It's a pick play where Kelce chips the flat defender and Noah Gray gets loose. It's a bit of a late throw, but Quinyon Mitchell rallies and lays a hit to minimize the gain that could have been with how much space is around. That leads us here, the play after. We'll see a bit of creativity, but not quite a blitz. Zach Bond's rushing up the middle, but Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat are both dropping out into coverage. Nolan's covering the flat and Josh Sweat's in the delay zone to cover closer to the line. So a 3-man rush with 8 left in coverage. If Nolan Smith rushes, you've got that first read with the pick play, which was also called on the last play too. But instead, Smith covers the first option and Mahomes feels the need to move around. On the second effort, he found Kareem Hunt, who got wrapped up quickly. We'll continue talking about this set of plays, and this is the next one in order from the last two. So 3rd and 3, money down, the Chiefs set up a quick-paced space play. Early, Pat realizes he's got zone, so he checks to a play that'll space the zone defenders out. Samaje Perine goes one way, Juju carries the other way, while Kelce sits down. And it works. Kelce's open when Mahomes releases, but the pass is a bit low and hits the dirt. Seems like things were running off the rails for KC, and this was just their second possession. 3rd downs were a struggle for the Chiefs in this game, and especially early on. The play that we'll look at is the play after the one that you're watching right now, where Mahomes gets sacked after good coverage and some good pass rush. That sack set up a 3rd and 16. The play called is for a designed rollout to buy time. Once Mahomes is outside, he's got that backside crosser looking decent. He just honestly gets there too late, and Ajin then anticipated the release and picked it off. This interception's thrown while the score's just 10-0. This game wasn't quite out of hand, but Mahomes goes out there and throws a pick 6, and things start to get out of hand. On the next series, the Eagles get the Chiefs into a 3rd and 9 on just the 3rd play of the series. 9 yards is quite a few, so Mahomes' drop is deeper and routes aren't developing very quickly. Once Mahomes reaches the back of the drop, he doesn't like anything on the right. Pressure pushes him up and out of the pocket until he's finally just down on the ground. I don't know where you'd want him to go considering the pressure plus the available options at the time. Sure, the team had struggles on money downs and that hurt them quite a bit, but for a team that's been in this situation so many times, they struggled everywhere. It wasn't just the 3rd downs, it was team and player error throughout that really put this game out of reach. Here, we've got Kelce on a kickout and Kareem taking a handoff inside. They collide in the backfield, forcing Kareem to get away from his blocks and Kelce to miss his. When have you seen anything like this from the Chiefs in a big-time game or situation? Another example, they give Kelce a one-on-one assignment with Josh Sweat, but he's late off the ball and doesn't get enough of Sweat to really slow him down. That messed with the timing and didn't allow Mahomes to drop it off in the flat where this play was originally supposed to go. It ultimately resulted in a sack, and one little mistake led to a setback on the first play of a big drive when they were down 10. 3rd and 11, trying to end the half on a good note. The pocket breaks and Mahomes immediately gets outside. And well, there's a wide open crosser. All you have to do is he didn't catch it. Backbreaking mistake to halt this offense just when they thought they could catch a break. It was very apparent that Mahomes was sped up mentally, and I saw him struggling with just staying on time, trusting his O-line, and making throws with the correct mechanics. There's times he's not reading a play through, or throwing a bad ball, or even ditching pockets as soon as he gets the chance to do so. There were also some moments where Mahomes was doing his thing and extending plays, running for some yards, and just trying to make something happen. But I mean, this offense really couldn't get anything the easy way. There were penalties that brought back a good scramble with hard-fought yardage, and another really good Mahomes scramble where he's making people miss left and right, fighting for every yard. Just a disappointing and a really underwhelming showing for a team that's been here and done it. I don't think that this is what we expected from the Chiefs. I certainly didn't pencil it in that this team would make the quantity and quality of mistakes that they did. This Eagles run have really showed a prime example of how to run an organization. I'll shout out a few guys that stood out to me. Moro Ojimo, Jalix Hunt, both Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, and even Nolan Smith had some amazing plays in this game. Those are all players that this team drafted over the last couple of years that have developed into great players just on the defense. I don't know how many people know Moro Ojomo, but he was a 7th round pick, undersized defensive tackle out of Texas. He had some incredible plays and contributed 4 pressures in a championship game as a 7th round draft pick. Jalix Hunt, a player out of Houston Christian. He had a bizarre profile as a prospect, and in year 1, Hunt has already developed and won a Super Bowl. Hunt had 3 pressures, only half a sack, but on 3 run defense snaps, this kid had 2 run stops according to Next Gen Stats. And that's just a couple examples, but the point being, draft, sign, and acquire good players. Overall, I thought this was a big change-up in terms of expectations heading into the final game of the season, but also heading into next season. The Eagles will have an offseason to continue what they've been doing and come out to start next season as the reigning champs with expectations matching that title. Let me know what you thought of the game and this video in the comments, and that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Go watch the past content on the channel. It would mean a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.